Be brave and make a difference. She's so glad you stop by to take a listen. Cindy's choice to lift our community. Cindy's choice is to bring everyone together. She wants to make this city even better. It's a celebration of collaboration and love, bringing our city together, bringing Chattanooga together as one.
Yes, it's time for Cindy's Choice and time to celebrate and collaborate the community. Cindy here on WGOW Talk Radio 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster. If you want to join our conversation, just join in. Put this number in your phone so you have it ready all the time. 267-1023. That's 423-267-1023. And join us live here on 102.3 FM. Or you may be listening at WGOW.com. Maybe you're listening on TuneIn Radio, and maybe you're on Facebook, where we will be sharing. We are here via Zoom this evening practicing our social distancing, so we will share this Zoom recording on social media later, and you can catch it there as well. And I just want to remind you before we jump in, it is Cindy's choice to be brave and make a difference. And I can do that because of these Cindy's Choice integrity-centric businesses that care. They care about the community, and we contribute through collaboration. They honor me by trusting me with managing that collaboration. Check out these integrity-centric businesses at Cindy's Choice at cindyschoice.com. There's links to all of the businesses that not just support the Cindy's Choice platforms, but they support the Cindy's Choice initiatives, and we are supporting businesses while we serve the community, and it's all done because of these businesses. So speaking of these integrity-centric businesses that care about community, hello, Desmond Thornton.
Hello. How are you, Miss Cindy?
Always good to have you as my co-host. Desmond Thornton of Thornton Home Inspections. I always say best of the best. 3 years running Thornton Home Inspections. It's a really, really good time to have you. You're in the regular rotation, but we've got good stuff to talk about, and we're very happy to have Gary Smalt with us. And Gary Smalt, I know Gary Smalt through BNI. He's a fellow BNI member, but tell us the name of your business, Gary.
How you doing, Cindy? Our business is Dyna Gutter Solution. Me and my business partner, Carrie Pruitt, we manage and run it. We have 3 employees that work for us, and maybe looking to put some more on if we need to during this.
You might need to with the way things are going. But I love what we're doing because I am so grateful to have a platform right now at a time that folks need to be informed and that the community needs to be served more than ever. And I just want to shout out again and thank the incredible businesses that have collaborated to allow this to happen. And what better way to use the platform than to inform people who are we are already trying to help people out with this COVID thing. And hey, COVID hasn't gone anywhere, folks. It's still out there, but we have a major distraction in our community with this major F3 tornado and other tornadoes as well that hit. And that is definitely kind of moved up and taken the priority. And I do want to do my part to remind you, COVID is still there. We still have to take precautions throughout this disaster. And as we'd shared, you guys, I was a contractor. I was a contractor in Houston, Texas. I'd been in the industry for a really long time. And we were in business when Hurricane Ike hit down in Texas. And it flattened Galveston. I mean, boats were thrown all over the place like toys. It was in trees. It was craziness. But I have never seen anything like the war zone that I experienced from driving through. I think it's the Drakewood neighborhood. Did I get that right? There's a Drakewood neighborhood there's Holly Hills, there's Drakewood, and they were both devastated. And I'd seen the pictures, I'd seen the drone shots, I'd heard about it, but until I saw it firsthand, I'm still in shock to a degree. It still doesn't seem real that kind of devastation has taken place right down the road from us.
Yeah, I drove through it earlier this week, and it was devastating. I actually went through the one in 2011 that hit Cherokee Valley Road, so it hit home for me just because I've been through it before. But going through it, seeing the population of the houses, the amount of houses that were damaged, even the ones that were still standing, they had significant damage to them currently. And I actually drove through and saw a gentleman sitting in his driveway that had just a table and a chair. And that was it. It was just that, and their house was gone. All his furniture, everything was just completely demolished.
Oh my. And I do want to, I was over there with good reason. We were delivering food. We were delivering chicken salad chick to a lot of the homeowners and some of the workers out there. But even then I felt like I was in the way, and I got out of there quick, even though we were doing good stuff. I'm finding more creative ways to help. So I don't want to encourage people to go over there by any means, but just know that it is absolutely devastating what's happened over there. And this week, so many within our network have just been enthralled and over helping people just get to a place where they can stabilize to a degree. And I know, Gary, you're a member of BNI, and I know there were several people just from one BNI group. BNI is Business Networking International, and there's 17 groups in town. And there were several members of just one group. The group that I was in, there were several people not in attendance because their houses were devastated.
We in total lost 5 people just in my group alone. That's pretty devastating. And the reach out from the group to try and help all of them has just been fantastic, and their spirit and their fortitude to keep moving forward, and they're amazing. They're laughing, they're jovial, they're appreciative of what's going on, and you wouldn't know if you didn't know it was their home that they were the ones, and it's very inspiring, very inspiring.
No, I experienced the same thing. We're handing out food. They said we're just gotten to the fact where we're just accepting it and rolling with it, because that's what you got to do. That fortitude is the right word. But having been a contractor, when I was going through those areas, my first thought was, I always talk about Cindy's Choice is very selective and very protective. And I was immediately thinking about protecting those homeowners, because I have been a contractor, and coming from Texas, we know a little bit about tornadoes. And then being in South Texas, we know a little bit about hurricanes. So I've seen devastation like this. I've gotten out, and our company tarped roofs and removed trees and, started remodels and so forth like that. But I immediately felt the vulnerability of all of those folks. And it's later that evening, I'm hearing the stories about there had already been experiencing looters in some of those areas. So that got to me thinking about, oh my goodness, the storm chasers won't be far behind that. And then I know that Desmond, you were telling me you'd already seen people coming in from other cities, and that doesn't mean that they're fraudulent contractors.
True.
But this is there are those and that's how they make a living, is they follow these storms and take advantage of vulnerable people.
A good friend of mine, Scott Schrader with Chat Roofing, was talking with me yesterday, and he calls that the diamonds from the sky syndrome. They see the dollars and the diamonds, and they go looking for them.
Yes. And it doesn't help that we already had this COVID thing going on where so many people were getting a little bit of a desperate mode anyway. And that's what we want to talk about tonight, is we really want to educate the audience, these homeowners that might be vulnerable to some of these predators. So stay with us. We've got to go to break. But stay with us here on Cindy's Choice.
No fiction, just the facts. From the people you know, from the people you trust. Chattanooga, trust us. WGOW.
Hello, this is Tommy Taylor with Thomas Taylor CPA, a CPA here in Chattanooga on Heritage Business Court. We work with small businesses, helping them with their tax concerns, their bookkeeping, helping them understand their business and how to make their business better, working with their cash flow. I also work with individuals, whether they're large or small. We love helping them achieve the dreams and goals that they have. You can reach us at our website at www.thomastaylorcpa.com.
Are you looking for a home inspector? Are you looking to sell your house this year? My name is Desmond Thornton. I'm with Thornton Home Inspections. Visit us online at thorntonhomeinspections.net. We actually can help you get your home sold. Also, we have additional services such as radon testing, mold testing, indoor air quality testing, termite, asbestos testing, lead paint, and others. If you're needing any services like this, feel free to reach out to us at thorntonhomeinspections.net. If there's a service that we can perform for you, contact us at thorntonhomeinspections.net.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
Maybe it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Maybe it's not occasional constipation. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. You may be able to talk to a doctor online. Visit linzess.com, sponsored by Allergan and Ironwood.
Guys, waking up over and over to pee is not okay. But now you can reduce those nighttime bathroom trips with the ingredients in Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced. We're talking about less urges to pee at night, less bathroom trips during the day, and better bladder emptying.
It's like taking 3 prostate supplements in one.
You can try a full 30-day bottle of
P3 Advanced. Free. Just pay shipping and handling.
No strings attached, no obligations, and no commitments to buy. This is a 30-day supply, absolutely free.
Call 1-800-213-7497.
Super Beta Prostate is the best-selling brand in major retailers like Walmart. But for this no-strings-attached free bottle, you must call now.
Call 1-800-213-7497.
Don't miss out on this unprecedented free offer.
Call 1-800-213-7497. 1-800-213-7497.
Talk Radio 102.3.
Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice. As we jump back into our conversation, we were talking about pretty much con artists because that's a real thing. And what happens, I'm one of those Pollyanna trusting kind of people who finally got smart. Most of us are good people. And so we believe other people are good people and we believe their persona and what they present to us. And we want to make sure that some people know there are some people out there that are very good at presenting themselves as honest contractors, but are really intentionally trying to take advantage of you. And that's, something we were talking about, Gary, is the fact that a lot of these contractors come in and they hire local people, and the local people don't realize that they're going to take it. And so they're out there hard selling with sincerely thinking that they're, selling a legit product. So it's really hard to recognize to someone that's not familiar that these are not legit contractors.
Yeah, when they do that, those people who do step into those roles feel the heartfeltness because it's their community. They think that what they're doing is really going to make a difference themselves, so they're believable, instant believable.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing for the company because they don't have to teach them how to walk around anything because they don't know they're walking around anything. They just think that they're doing something that makes sense.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that happens every time, but it's certainly part of it when they need to put bodies in place. It's easier to take from the local community, and that way they can assimilate in. A lot of these companies get burner phones that they're only going to use for a short period of time while they're here. It looks like a 423 or a local exchange.
Right.
And so when you call the number, you go, well, it's a 423 number. It must be local, right? And if you get your girlfriend that you met at the grocery store down the street showing up at your door, you're going to believe it. But that doesn't necessarily mean the guys who show up to do the work are going to be of the same. So that's where the problem comes in with that.
Actually. And I like what you were saying, Desmond, before we got started. You were advising some friends because there's one key issue here. It's hard not to get anxious and hurry up, and you want to get things done. You want to get your house closed up and so forth like that. But I like how you were telling them, no, wait.
Yeah, you got to wait on the insurance adjuster because, you know, you never know what the insurance company will actually pay for. You know, cleaning up the yard, they may pay for that. They may send somebody out for that. If not, then of course, you know, clean it up yourself. But you want to make sure you don't, you know, do any additional damage that's not present, or remove things that could be, you know, need to be addressed by the insurance claim, but is not able to be done because they didn't physically see it or couldn't take pictures of it or not.
And
so
you know,
make sure you check that. Yeah.
Because I was wondering about that myself, because you have trees that have to be removed because they're a danger of falling. But isn't it a good idea because some trees are covered by, if it like fell on your house, that's an insurance thing. But if it fell in your yard, or it might not be, but you don't know. It's like you don't know until someone's assessed that for you.
Right.
Well, and another thing, there's power lines out there all over the whole area. You can say that, yeah, since it's a day later, that none of those are hot, but you can't say with any kind of sureness that that's going to be the case. So
that is true.
People who don't know what they're doing don't belong wandering around in those areas thinking they're going to clean up something, and they come across one of those hot lines that maybe somebody didn't know. And now we got a tragedy that turned into a greater tragedy because you were trying to just be preemptive, you know.
And that goes for propane tanks, gas lines, and all of that, you know, wraps into the same thing for sure. So be careful out there when you're working.
That's one of the reasons I wanted to get out of there when I was delivering food. Is you'd have to go, like, you're over here in the right-hand lane and you get to an intersection, you've got to go all the way over to the left and squeak under a dropped electrical line. And I know that but the den, they had streamers on it. So I'm like, this is so not good. This is so not good. It's just really, really horrible out there. But what I love is that, I mean, we want to make people aware that you've got to be careful and you've got to take precautions. And the very best way to protect yourself is to use the reputable local contractors. But there's an issue there because a lot of your reputable local contractors are real busy because they already had a clientele, and that clientele is burning up their phone already. And I think that's another reason we need to stress the wait thing. And I was talking to a realtor today, and I told her about this show, and she's saying, and, you know, let people know for sure. She goes, my husband's a contractor. If they're not returning your calls, it does not mean they're not going to get to you. They are overwhelmed right now, and they want to help everyone. And you've just got to be patient, and we'll keep stressing that throughout this show because that's what it takes. You can't get in a hurry about this. And I know it's hard. Like I said, there's looters taking advantage of this situation. And I'm not sure what's being done about security and so forth like that. I think at this point, most people have been able to pack up and remove a lot of the items that they need to. I mean, I know there's tons being set up volunteer-wise. I've been sharing on my social media the connection for the city, and I'll look that up in the next break and share that where you can volunteer through the city. They've got a station set up at the YMCA there on Shallowford Road where people can pick up water and all kinds of items that they might need, the victims from the storm and so forth. I know that Erica, our Cindy's Choice Community Liaison, she's been visiting the Spring Hill Suites in Ottawa. It is full capacity, no vacancies, and it's displaced families from the damage. So I was out in East Brainerd delivering food. She's over there taking toiletries, and they were desperate for laundry soap and baby diapers and all kinds of things. So there's absolutely plenty of ways to help right now. But a way that we're teaming up to help is we're Cindy's Choice with, in association with Thornton Home Inspections, we're going to add a page to the Cindy's Choice website. And, you know, Desmond's business is the most relevant to this issue. And we appreciate you, Desmond, supporting this. And that we want to kind of alter the Cindy's Choice model for a few months because we just want to help. And it was wonderful because, like I shared, I'm driving through feeling the vulnerability of these families, and I get a phone call from Gary because B&I supports Cindy's Choice big time. That's why we're supporting them. I mean, Desmond, you remember the outpouring of B&I support when we had the Cindy's Choice Office Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
And they get us. And so I love Gary's call. It's like, hey, Cindy, we know you have a platform that you use to help the community. And he was the same thing I was thinking. He's like, we got to protect these people. And it's not about getting business. Everybody's going to be busy, right? Nobody's worried about getting business right now. But we wanted to find a way to get the word out and help people know that there are safe contractors out there to call. So we're forming this Contractors That Care page on Cindy's Choice. And we'll start listing people just from our network. These will be vendors that Thornton Home Inspections recommends that are in BNI, which is a giver's gain personal network where you guys trust each other and build that relationship and so forth. Other trusted realtors where that just the people they refer. It's not going to be like Cindy's Choice endorsed contractors, but it's going to be people within a network that we know are local, that we know are reputable. And I even reached out to, I had a construction business in Texas. So I'm reaching out to my contractor friends there to see, who do you know that we know that is coming this direction? Because there won't be enough local contractors for all that devastation. We are going to need out-of-town roofers and so forth like that. So I want to make sure that if there's any that I can put on the list that are coming from out of town, we just want to create a safe list. That's what we want to do. And the beauty of this is the contractors are paying a small amount to be a part of this, and we're giving a percentage of that back to tornado relief. So this really will be a community initiative to help protect our community and plus support them through this this season of devastation. I've been calling it a season of uncertainty. Now it's a season of devastation because it's just multiplied 100 times on what we were already dealing with.
Well, it's worth noting that the first few days, everybody's involved. The community knows what's going on. Everyone's trying to help. But these people are going to have ongoing for months trying to get their lives put back, just to get their home back in place and be able to feel some normalcy. So the need carries on throughout the month. And when it's forgotten about in the media somewhat, and you don't see it when you're driving to work and you're thinking about your own things, they're still out there struggling to try and make this work for their families, their kids, the displacement of everybody that's out there. And if they get started on the right foot, get the right contractor, get the right things in place so there's no extra added stress and aggravation, then that other stuff goes a lot smoother.
Exactly. And I like something, Gary, that you mentioned before we got going, because I've been experiencing this a little bit too. And it's this survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
Feeling that you get it. I'm on the ridge and we've got trees down bad. There's a pile of trees just up the road that are blocking like one of the streets. It's just a huge pile of trees. We have a tree down that fell right beside my son's truck. It just fell the right direction to not fall on the truck. And we had water coming in the house when the strong winds were blowing through. I mean, it was intense. Yet our roof is still on. The house is still intact. And when you go and see what other people are dealing with, it's very overwhelming. And I'm talking to so many contractors that it's like you want to help everyone. And it's so hard. You can only help so many people, and you've got to be okay, feel okay about that and carry, get out there and deal with your own grief and carry that, not feel guilty that you're grieving when they seem to have so much more to grieve about. There's a lot going on here that people just don't realize.
Yeah, like Gary said, it's gonna be a long road, going forward, and just make sure that you get the right people to help you. And like for us in our industry, we want to make sure that the quality of the work that is done is actually going to stand up to test of time. And that's what we're here for.
Oh, and that's what I wanted to ask you, because I'm used to thinking of home inspector when you sell a home in a just strictly in a real estate kind of relationship. And immediately when I was seeing all the devastation, and I mean, these houses, some of them were completely removed from their foundation. Some of them, half the house is gone. Literally, you're seeing full blown into bedrooms and so forth like that. And I'm like, so where does inspection come in? I mean, like, do contractors call you when they begin to remodel, or where does inspection play into this kind of work?
Some inspectors are affiliated with certain insurance companies, and they'll do what is called a draw inspection. Basically, they'll help start from the foundation, the framing, the electric, the drywall. They'll get all the way to the end of the house. Some inspectors actually do that for different companies. Some do that private, like myself and my company. We have private draw inspections that people can actually come to us, and we'll do it that way. So it makes us feel better because we're working for the client versus the insurance company. So that's kind of why we do it that way. But there is ways of home inspection companies to be able to serve and help the community that way.
Awesome. All right. I think we've already snuck up on the next break. So stay with us here. We'll be back on Cindy's Choice.
There's never been anything like it, and we're all over it. Accurate information about COVID-19 and how the virus affects you. All day, all night. Updates at the top of every hour. WGOW.
Cindy's Choice is happy to spotlight the Chattanooga Sports Committee that is a division of the Chattanooga Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Chattanooga Sports Committee defines the Chattanooga region as a premier sports destination by creating new sporting events, capturing new sports business, and cultivating the growth of sustainable annual sports activity. This results in a $67 million economic impact in our region. You can be a part of this impact.
Find out more at ChattanoogaSports.com. That's ChattanoogaSports.com.
Cindy's Choice is so happy to have JDH Developers as a part of the Cindy's Choice Select Services, supporting local community initiatives. They are a commercial real estate company specializing in the hotel industry. They revitalize distressed properties that revitalize our community, which is right in line with the Cindy's Choice mission. Check out the 4 properties in our area and other areas as well at jdhdevelopers.com. That's jdhdevelopers.com.
What's up, y'all? Ben Phillips, Home Rate Mortgage, 805-9100. If you're quarantined like me, it's time to find out how much your family can save right now. Why? Due to these historical low interest rates that are happening right now. Families are saving thousands per month right now. So practice those social distancing skills and pick up the phone, 805-9100 or homeratemortgage.com.
Let Kubota of Chattanooga help you make your spring cleanup easy with a new Kubota. Check out their large selection of Kubota mowers, tractors, utility vehicles, and construction equipment. With great low-rate, long-term financing on quality Kubota equipment, Kubota of Chattanooga works hard to keep you working. Visit Kubota of Chattanooga, 2628 Rossville Boulevard at I-24 or online at KubotaofChattanooga.com. Kubota of Chattanooga, your neighborhood equipment source, is open for you.
Totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
Maybe it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Maybe it's not occasional constipation. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. You may be able to talk to a doctor online. Visit linzess.com. Sponsored by Allergan and Ironwood.
These are unprecedented times, which are causing a lot of stress and financial worry for millions of Americans. But here's some good news. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, Optima Tax Relief can reduce the stress in your life by helping you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Make no mistake, you don't want to ignore the IRS right now. They can take your paycheck and everything you work so hard for. But with Optima on your side, you may qualify for help that saves you thousands. Their tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for taxpayers across the nation. So now's the time. For tax help you need, for tax help you trust. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Talk Radio 102.3.
Thank you. Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice as we celebrate and collaborate our community. And I think collaboration is called for more than ever. And it's just wonderful to see all the collaborating that's taking place in our city. Chattanooga really does have our whole entire area. It's just really a good, solid, strong people that jump in when you need them. You know, Nooga Strong. We are Nooga Strong, and we've had to use that hashtag a few times in recent years.
Way too much.
Exactly. Well, we're bringing it back, and one of our Cindy's Choice initiatives is we're doing a Nooga Strong t-shirt, but I've done something really cool, you guys. I stacked the Nooga Strong, and I put the 2020 across it, kind of tying the O's into it. And and we're putting on there, y'all know my tagline, it's Cindy's Choice to be brave and make a difference. And we put under that, you know, be brave and make a difference, because we really want to encourage people. Some people are struggling out there. They're having some hard times, and we want to encourage them to be brave and that together we can make a difference. And we were actually going to sell these t-shirts, and $10 a t-shirt, the proceeds from the t-shirts will go back to tornado/COVID relief. And we've established the Cindy's Choice Charitable Charter, and this is a partnership. It's a trust with the Generosity Trust. So everything we put into that charter, that can only go out to a 501(c)(3). So we'll be sure that goes to the United Way or to the Community Foundation or something that's supporting the efforts over there to help these victims. We're doing some fun stuff. Lowe's, Pete over there, the general manager at the Lowe's on Gun Barrel, oh my goodness, if they aren't doing a lot of good over there and contributing greatly. He has contributed a really nice gas grill. So we're going to promote the t-shirts. We're going to set up a tent out in front of Chicken Salad Chick on Gun Barrel. People can come by, pick up their t-shirt. They can get a ticket there. They can, that'll allow them an opportunity to win the grill. If they contribute to Chicken Salad Chick so that we can give that to victims, they'll get another ticket to win. We're going to gather some more prizes and just do everything we can on top of the contractor page. We're also creating a realtor exchange. They're contributing to the cause. The t-shirts will contribute to the cause. And we'll keep coming up with more and more ways to raise money and give back to that community the best way that we can. So just keep following Cindy's Choice, keep up with us, and we'll be sharing more about that. It won't be long. You'll see us in our Nooga Strong 2020 t-shirts, reminding you to be brave and make a difference. We truly can do so much more together. But I wanted to jump back in, Desmond. I wanted to get clarification for myself. So you're saying that, like, when would a homeowner, to me, it's like I would want to assess my damage right away. I'd wanted somebody to really tell me what was going on, but is that what the contractor does when you first call? Exactly.
That is the insurance adjuster. They would be the ones that would tell you what direction you're going to have to go. You may possibly need a structural engineer. You know, you're talking about the foundations being knocked, or the homes being knocked up on foundations. You may need that specialist to come in. And that's usually where it starts. And then, of course, you get your GC to be able to do the repairs. And then the home inspector, that aspect would come right behind that, because that's more of like a quality control aspect of the reconstruction of the home, because we want to make sure that you're using the right material, doing the right procedures when you put the installation of the product in. You know, you're following the manufacturer's guidelines on that. So we're doing that part of it at this point. You know, there's some home inspectors that used to be in construction that would probably drop the home inspector part of it to actually do, you know, to help out as much as they can in the community now. And I've seen plenty of, you know, home inspection companies out there, and we've been out there a few times, and we're going back out there this coming Saturday to help more. But I mean, we're only a few people. I mean, there's been people out there that's been, I mean, think about it. You have nurses and doctors and policemen and firemen that's been out there trying to keep people from doing the COVID-19 issue. And then you compact it with the tornadoes that happened last Sunday. So there's a lot of people out there that's trying their best to keep everything in upbringing spirit. So please say a small prayer for the ones that have been out there during this whole process. So make sure you do that.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many people so overwhelmed. And like you were saying, Gary, with everybody's trying to get out and do as much as they can. And text me an address of where you guys going to be helping, Desmond, so we can bring you guys some lunch tomorrow while we're out doing our rounds, and come by, because it's hard to know where to go, because you just go around the corner from Chicken Salad Chick. You just turn right back there into that neighborhood, and they're without power. They're operating on a generator on Gun Barrel Road, and they're pulling it off wonderfully. They've got a pop-up pull up there, but you just go right around the corner and bam, there's where the the tornado came flying through there. And when I think of that night when I was up all night and we felt the intensity of it here, of just the high winds, I think they were saying 55, 60 hour, and it peaked out at maybe 70 mile an hour winds. And it felt like it was blowing straight at the front of our house. Everything was just hitting the front of the house. It was craziness. But oh my goodness, the sirens that were going, and I was watching Facebook, and I was watching this person get damaged, and I know them. But our first responders out there, full blown, heading toward the storm when all this was happening. I forget the numbers. I have so many numbers in my head. Gary, do you remember? I think there were 500. Is that right? 500 collapsed building calls.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers on that, but I was one of the first people out there. I called 911, and they didn't know that tornadoes were already on the ground when I called. That's how quickly I was moving, because I had friends who had alerted me, and had it hit my home, which it very easily could have, because it went right over me and landed less than a mile from me, may have saved my life. But I couldn't contact them because their phone service went down, and I didn't know if they were all right. And I was a former firefighter and EMT specialist back in Michigan for 7 years. And I just thought that I needed to get out there and help whoever I could, and maybe find out what happened to my friends, because it had calmed in my area immediately. But I had a gentleman on the phone who called me to ask me what was going on, and he was telling me his house was hit over on Standiford Gap at the very same time I was talking to him, and I live in Eastridge. So I knew the broad spectrum, and I knew that it had taken a wide path and was doing a lot of damage. So I ended up at the command center fairly early on, where hordes of municipalities were showing up. And it was organized. I had to give it to them. I mean, the police officers division had their group, and they were policing things and getting things cleared and getting them out of the way. And then the emergency services people, the ones who were helping people who were hurt, had another area they were organizing. I was actually talking to the man who puts out the alerts for the storm, and he has a computer right there where he was at, portable with him, watching what was going on with the storm around to make sure that they were safe to even be out there. And it was very well organized. They did a fantastic job. The gentleman who had puts out the alerts, it was a little delayed. I did not get an emergency delay on my phone till after I had already had the storm pass. I was concerned about that. And the gentleman was genuinely concerned about it as well. He's like, I didn't see it. He said it wasn't.
I've heard them say that it just came down and went. It was like it happened so quick that there wasn't much opportunity to warn. It's still just so amazing that, it's horrible that we had 3 fatalities, but it's absolutely incredible that we only had 3 fatalities with that devastation.
That's right.
It's just
so they're doing a fantastic job, and we should definitely appreciate them, and the people who are out there holding back the lines for people trying to get in there, because they've got a tough job too. They got to scrutinize whether you really belong there or not, whether these storm chasers belong there or not. They're trying to do the best job they can, but they're just a man sitting on the corner, and you're driving up in the car, and he has no idea how to scrutinize that other than to try and ask you some questions. So be patient with them people, because they're just doing their job.
Awesome. Well, we've got to go to another break. It always goes by way too fast, but hey, there's more here on Cindy's Choice.
WGOW. All we have to do is stay home.
Together we are tackling this disease. If we remain united and resolute, then we will overcome it.
Talk Radio 102.3 WGOW FM.
Cindy here to tell you, life moves until back, neck, or shoulder pain brings us to a stop. That's why Cindy's Choice is the Joint Chiropractic. You never need an appointment or insurance, and they're open evenings and weekends. To receive the $29 new patient special, visit thejoint.com today. In Hickson on Hickson Pike in the Public Shopping Center, or opening April 2nd at 2 North Shore near Whole Foods. Find out more at thejoint.com. Chicken Salad Chick is Cindy's Choice for a great great catering option. There are 12 delicious recipes made fresh daily with plenty of amazing sides and desserts to choose from. Enjoy it by the scoop, in a croissant, or on toasted bread. How about a chicken salad or a pimento cheese BLT? And there are turkey sandwiches and soups as well. I'm Cindy, and my favorite is the Cranberry Kelly. There is something for everyone at the 3 local locations. Go to chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. chickensaladchickchattanooga.com. It's Cindy's choice to be brave and make a difference. Literally networking my way off homelessness on the streets to build the strongest network of my life has equipped me to do the same for others. And that's my mission. Tune in Fridays at 7 p.m. for Cindy's Choice and Saturdays at 7 a.m. for Outside with Cindy, broadcasting live so you can join the conversation for a real community connection. Find out more at cindyschoice.com.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do, but you have to plan for it. Start by joining John Vandergriff of Blue Ridge Wealth Planners Tuesday evenings at 7 for Plan for Everything. Make retirement the best time of your life. Don't wing it, plan for it. Plan for Everything with John Vandergriff every Tuesday evening at 7. Advisory services offered through Blue Ridge Wealth Planners, a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through Madison Avenue Securities, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC.
Ryan Joyce here with the Insiders, Jay Kinnemer, Brent Burks. Jay, you handle a lot of auto wrecks. There's a lot of factors that can play into some of these cases you work on. What plays the biggest role in auto accidents? What's the one thing that drivers need to focus the most on?
Mainly liability at first. Everybody that's involved in one of these tragic occurrences, one of the first things they think about is they want to have their property damage resolved quickly. Certainly if the injuries are to the extent that warrants pursuing a personal injury claim, then certainly liability is an issue. That's the number one thing. You want to make sure that you preserve evidence. Call us early so we can preserve evidence. It is imperative not to wait, because a lot of times it's much more difficult to pick up something on the back end and try to put the pieces back together.
Brent, if our listeners want to reach out to you, where do they find you? How do they call you? Where do they find you on the web?
It's easy, 423-265-1100, or they can find us at mcmahonlawfirm.com.
These are unprecedented times, which are causing a lot of stress and financial worry for millions of Americans. But here's some good news. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, Optima Tax Relief can reduce the stress in your life by helping you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Make no mistake, you don't want to ignore the IRS right now. They can take your paycheck and everything you work so hard for. But with Optima on your side, you may qualify for help that saves you thousands. Their tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for taxpayers across the nation. So now's the time for tax help you need, for tax help you trust. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Talk Radio 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster.
Thank you. Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice. As we jump back in, I did want to share that information. If you're looking to volunteer, the best thing to do is go to cha.city/volunteer sign up. That's cha.city/volunteer sign up. I've already seen a lot of people utilizing that, and the United Way, they have you meet over at the YMCA. They can line you out and make sure that your help is best utilized to help those that need it. So again, that's cha.city/volunteer sign up. Hey guys, we've got a little bit of time left. I wanted to share, we're talking about warning the homeowners about these con artists that might want to take advantage of them. And I wanted to be sure they understand specifically some of the things that can happen. And what they want to do is they want to get your money. So they try, a lot of times they just want to get that deposit and then they bolt. Or they get the deposit, they do the work, they get the final payment, then they bolt, and they've done really shoddy work. And then later when you've got these issues, they're nowhere to be found, and your money is already spent on what it would have taken to get it done in the right place. And this seems very simple to us because we're familiar with the industry, But people don't realize, I know that was frustrating to me when I was in construction because people would want to be their own GC. And I'm like, you don't understand what GCs, like the general contractor, understands about how to hire the right inspector. And, they know what it takes to pull the full package together. And they know what it's like when you don't have the right subcontractors managing the projects for you. So I wanted to be sure and share with our listeners that there's specific ways that these fraudulent contractors will try to take advantage of you, and you just have to be careful. And like Desmond was sharing, be patient, wait on the right help, wait on your insurance assessor.
Well, it's always a good idea if someone wants you to sign a contract and they're first sitting with you. I don't care if it's an emergency situation or even in your own normal life when you're going to hire a contractor. Quality contractors don't try and shove stuff down your throat. They don't try and tell you that if you don't take advantage of this today, that advantage is going to go away, because that's not right. If you're willing to sign when they walk up and put a giant price on the table, they'll take your money at that price. But if they can't get you at that price, they'll tell you, well, we can get you a discount on this because you're a senior citizen or you're a veteran. They're trying to pull them heartstrings in to make you think that they relate to you. They want to make some kind of connection with you to gain that trust so that you'll sign on that dotted line. And once that contract's written, I guarantee you they've got a good contract. They've gone over with their lawyer.
Right.
And they will have you on the hook for something. And they're using your emotion against you at a time when you're at your weakest. And that's the problem.
You're vulnerable. Exactly. And, Desmond, it makes me think, too, they will offer free inspections. That's a lot how they get in there. And I've even heard these horror stories where they offer the free inspection and get in there and cause more damage to give them something to repair, which there won't be much need for that in this situation. But there's all kinds of unscrupulous activities that
you hate to hear it, but it's the awful truth. That does happen. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we do the best job we do, regardless, paid or non-paid. But free inspections, especially in this situation, you want to make sure that the insurance or somebody is going to reimburse to know that you're getting a quality inspection. But like you said, there are, situations where they go in and damage additional things. That's why we were talking to the friends that we went over there and helped, and we told them, he's like this, that, and I was like, don't do anything. If there's something that you need to brace up, like the side of your house, if it's missing, yes, of course, do that, because you don't want it to fall.
Safety issue,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, I said, other than that, don't do anything in additional until that insurance adjuster come out and tell you exactly what the route is to go.
No, exactly. And we just can't stress this enough, because this is just so common. And again, there's people that know how to manipulate people that don't understand how all this works. And there's just plenty of vulnerable people out there. And we just want to keep reiterating. And that is the mission behind the Cindy's Choice Contractors That Care page. And, Desmond Thornton Home Inspections, a Cindy's Choice integrity-centric business that does care. And we want to, he and I have come together, and we want to include BNI, because BNI is a referral network. You guys know each other. You're in a tight network that work on a regular basis. You refer each other because you're confident in each other. So we feel good including them in this. Desmond's relationships, my relationships, some of the trusted realtor relationships who they recommend. We're going to, this isn't like something where people need business and we're trying to sell contractors. There's plenty of business for everyone through something like this. We just want to come together and help however we can. And this is a way. We hate seeing this happen. And as a contractor, it was very frustrating to me, because I would give a reasonable bid. They would take the cheap bid. And then I got the call later because that person ran off with their money or did shoddy work. There wasn't any insurance money left yet. And then here I was wanting to help, trying to find some way to help them because I felt so bad. And I was like, I wish there was a way to educate people up front and make them understand, don't be in a hurry.
Yeah. Well, first-time home buyers is ones that I'm concerned about, that just recently purchased a home in that area that have the damage that we're talking about now, because those are the people that do not know anything going forward. So, those are people I'm concerned about that, reach out to your home inspector. Reach out to a family member that's in the industry to get some guidance there. So most definitely, the first-time home buyers are the ones I'm worried about.
And wait on the right people. Wait for those people that you can trust. And again, we're just now getting this going. Gary's business will be on the page. Of course, you'll be able to get a hold of Thornton Home Inspections all over the Cindy's Choice page. Plus, you can go to thorntonhomeinspections.net. That's thorntonhomeinspections.net and get directly in touch with Desmond there. Remind me your company again, Gary.
Dyna Gutter Solutions. We're off Perimeter Drive and 153 in Lee Highway, so we're centrally located, and we service within about an hour of Chattanooga.
Awesome. Gary, thank you so much. Thank you for your call. I'm a member of BNI. BNI is a Cindy's Choice, and I love getting your call saying, hey, we want to help protect these people, and we know you do the same thing, so let's do this together. Thank you, Desmond Thornton, always for supporting this. And like I said, out of the Cindy's Choice Select Services, yours is most relevant to this issue, and I love partnering up with you on these page and supporting some of these vendors, just to let our community know that you know these are some people we know, and you can trust them to call in a time like this. And plus, it'll be contributing to tornado COVID relief through this incident. So again, thank you guys so much. And thank you for listening always. This is Cindy's Choice every Wednesday and every Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. live right after Sport Talk. Thank you, Cowboy Joe, our awesome producer. And join us tomorrow morning outside with Cindy. Dr. Pop's in the studio. Oh, I was in the studio. He's in the Zoom studio with me tomorrow morning, Thornton. He'll be on. We're going to be talking about creative ways to get outside and practice social distancing. Again, thank you all so much. And that's a wrap on Cindy's Choice.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, guys. Bye. And bye, Facebook.